I'm not hiding anything from you, Mum. Levi repeated, the pass is real. Ha! Do you think I'm a fool to take your word? Caitlin hung up the call when she heard him kept insisting that his pass was real. She was now certain this had nothing to do with Levi. Caitlin concluded that the police must have instructed the hospital to put up a normal front and act as if nothing had happened, in order to avoid tarnishing its reputation. The project went smoothly for the days that followed. But they would soon need to halt it because of the upcoming stretch of national holidays. Levi, can you go pick up my cousin at the University of Northampton? Her name is Abigail Rogers. Zoe said to Levi, I've sent her number to your phone. She could not take time off from the project at this point of time, so she sought Levi's help to pick up her cousin. Sure, leave it to me. But shouldn't her name be Abigail Black? Levi gave her a quizzical look. That's because Abigail has adopted her mother's surname. Zoe explained. Levi called up Azure Dragon after leaving the construction site. Get me a car, Azure Dragon, he ordered. I want to keep a low profile, so a normal car will do. Soon after, Azure Dragon showed up with the car. It was a Maserati Executive GT. Whatever. Levi shook his head helplessly and got into the car. He parked his car at the main entrance of the east building of the University of Northampton. He waited for almost half a day, but there was no sign of Abigail. Another 30 minutes gone by and Abigail was still nowhere to be seen. Levi took out his phone and dialed the number Zoe had given him. Hello, who's this? A pleasant voice answered the call. This is Levi, your brother-in-law. I am here to pick you up at your school. Huh? I thought Zoe said she was too busy to fetch me. Abigail said in a surprised tone, I was thinking of going back on my own. Where are you now? Asked Levi. I'll come over and pick you up. I see. I'm currently at Dynasty KTV, VIP room 666. Okay, wait for me. I'll be there shortly. In the KTV room, Abigail had just hung up the call when her friend asked, Who's that on the phone, Abigail? It's my brother-in-law, he's coming to fetch me. Abigail knitted her brows in disdain. Oh, do you mean that ex-convict, Levi? I know that guy. Everybody in Northampton knows about his shabby past. So he's coming to fetch you. Are you sure? Ha ha. Don't you feel ashamed to be seen around with a guy like him? Abigail clenched her jaw amidst the mockery of her friends. She regretted for having agreed to let Levi come and fetch her. It was a mere slip of tongue that made her agree to it. I should have refused it right away. Why do you need him to fetch you, Abigail? A guy asked. His name was Yannick Zan, Abigail's classmate. He had been wooing her for quite some time. Why don't I give you a ride home instead? Didn't you just see that I'd just got my new car, the BMW X5? He came from a rich family who ran a chain of hotels. The party had been his idea as well. What the others didn't know was that he had a sinister motive for holding the party. He wanted to get Abigail drunk so that he could take her to a hotel and rape her. Dressed in shorts and a cute sling blouse, Yannick could not peel his eyes away from Abigail's long slender legs and her exposed shoulders, which showed her fair skin tone. His blood was raving inside him. Abigail shrugged. But my brother-in-law would be here soon. That's easy. Why don't you just ask him to go back on his own? Yannick persuaded, you know it's so difficult to get everybody together for a drink. Yannick's desire grew even wilder when Abigail smiled at him. Her rosy cheeks resembled two juicy cherries. Come on, let's have fun and get some booze. Abigail's besties chimed in and suggested they should play some games to encourage her to drink more. They were acting in cahoots with Yannick. Their motive was to get Abigail drunk. A few minutes ensued before the door to their VIP room was swung open. Levi walked in. "Who are you, mister? What are you doing here?" A few guys stood up and raised their voices at Levi as they flexed their muscles in front of the ladies. Levi gave them the cold shoulder, and merely looked around for Abigail. When his eyes finally caught sight of Abigail, his gaze settled on her and he said, "I'm here to fetch you, Abigail." "Ha ha ha, so he's that infamous brother-in-law of yours, Abigail." Yannick jeered. "I've heard so much about him, about how he'd taken advantage of his brother's wife and how he attempted to murder his adoptive parents. It's no wonder they called him the ingrate who bit the hand that feeds him. He looked every bit like that type of person to me."